Okay, so today is January 9th. It's about 9 o'clock at night, and I'm actually going to get off my ass and do a little bit of work on the tractor here. Last time I had it out, the rear end kind of came loose. I don't think anything's stripped in it, but I'm probably going to actually put my weight bin on it, I'm thinking. Change front tires probably will be another day. But I got a weight bin to go on the back here. Has probably about 300 pounds of weight. So don't know yet if I'm going to use that weight bin. I also have a set of dualies for it. Second set of rims of tires. There's one of the bolts here that came out of the rear end. Just sitting right on top there. And other than that, hasn't ran now, and I guess it's going to be about 2 weeks, but we've been getting quite a bit of snow. I also have to fix the clutch brake pedal because it is bent, and the old owner stuck a piece of wood there. I don't know how he bent it like that, but I might have to just cut it, and yeah, I'll probably just cut it off and weld it back on straight. So I don't think I want to be heating that up really to bend it, but I might do that. It's just with the hydraulics in the way and stuff. As for the hydraulic leaks, you can see they're still leaking. There's a little bit of puddle underneath there where the pump is. Again, it's not too big of a leak. I do need to get to cleaning off my workbench because I got tons and tons of crap on there for Banshee. I need to start going through some stuff, order a few more parts, and other than that, just some general cleaning. And once I get the tractor going, I'm going to be moving that diesel twin-cylinder liquid-cooled engine probably up onto our workbench off the floor. And as for the old International stationary engine, that one there, I'll probably be moving into the shed. So, and that AC machine there, I don't know, might fit up on top there. Got to measure and kind of find out. Might have to take off the top handle. So, and not much going on right now. My dad's out at a buddy's place, so I finally get the shop free to do stuff for at least 4 or 5 hours. He's been on holidays now, so, which means the garage, his truck's always in here, so it doesn't really give me much time to do stuff. I'm going to be doing some hiking, camping, hopefully next week, so I'm going to have to get some stuff ready for that, my winter gear. Right now we have about 1.5 feet of snow outside. The RC car is only here because I was ordering some parts. Again, this is the one that I got on my trip when I went to Ontario from a YouTube user, Iron Man. So I need to order a front shock for it because it's missing it. And other than that, I'm thinking of converting it to either a gas engine or electric. So I'm not too sure yet. Seems like there's actually nothing wrong with this one, but I also have to buy a universal controller for it, change the crystal, and a few other things. So I'm going to order a set of shocks for it. That's going to be the first thing. And then I'm going to actually order a radio and check and see what shape it's in. It is full of nitro right now, so that stuff's not good to leave in a car, of course, so it is leaking everywhere. Never tried any electronics yet, but if they're bad, I'll just buy a new controller radio combo. So yeah, that will probably be a separate video, probably not till summer. So the Banshee is going to be the winter project. As for the LZ LT500, it's, yeah, kind of sitting there. I'm going to be kind of partying it out. So yeah, I know a lot of people are going to hate to see that thing go, but I'm going to use the money to fund the Banshee build. So, okay, enough mumbling around, and I guess I should get off my ass and start doing some stuff after I smoke a couple cigars. Well, I just looked at the gas on this thing. Yeah, it's evaporating pretty quick without the proper cap on it. See if she starts. Surprised that didn't go down, sitting for, I don't know. Well, I already had a key in it. Turn on my fuel. Just have to see where it is. Come on, reach. Easier said than done with my left hand holding the camera. So just give me a second here. Don't need that key. What the hell? There we go. Turn it the wrong way. That would do it. I really need to move that into an easier to reach position. Choke. Neutral. Take the speed up halfway. I ran out of gas when I parked it, so that's why it took a while to start up, of course. And as you can see, it's running good now. I just need to tighten up the rear end. So I'll be moving it out here. Without taking the jack with me. Hint, hint. Okay, now I need to figure out a way to jack it up where the rear end's sitting free, because right now with the bolts holding it on, can't really see it here, but yeah, that whole rear end's loose. I tried jacking it up on the back, underneath, like 5-10 different spots. I cannot find a spot to jack it where I can make sure everything's level, so I might just have to screw it together, bolt it together tighter the way it sits. So, and hope everything goes straight. Check my pulley underneath to make sure it's straight, and go from there. Also, I'm going to check the diff fluid and a few other things. There is something loose in here. The board's just where I was trying to jack it from, so don't worry about that. I think I have to tighten up the actual mount on the bottom here, because I think that's loose too, but it might be all tied into the transmission. So I'll have to figure it out. Fun. Okay, so I got her up on some jack stands here. Nice that it has a built-in jack for the front. Yeah, definitely something's loose in there. Here, I'll try to put down the camera so you can see how much that's moving. Yeah, that's pretty loose. I don't know if it's meant to be like that. It looks like it's kind of slid in on pins, but the other side's tight. That side's tight. I do have the jack stands resting on the bottom here, so I'm going to take some weight off that. Well, looking underneath here, everything seems to be pretty decent. A little bit of play in the front end. Can't really see it, but kind of normal. So you can see the bushing going up to the steering wheel right there. That has a bit of play in it. I'm not worried about that, if that's even in the camera view. And other than that, everything else looks pretty decent. As for the foot peg here, I already know to change that to get out those pins and everything. It's a bitch, so I don't plan to change that whole rod. This one here actually is bolted on. Where the other one that I had stupid Allen keys on the roper. It looks like I might have an oil leak up top there because the starter kind of has some oil on her. I know my camera's focusing on everything but what I want right now. And as for what's loose on the transmission, it looks just like the transmission bolts itself that holds it in place at the back. Belt, everything looks good under here. Brake, everything's in an adjustment. I don't see any cracks or anything, so this I guess is kind of meant to be loose here, because these are just pins that push down into place. So, yeah, it's kind of looking, I don't see anything cracked yet. So I guess that's perfectly normal. That one's just a little bit well lubricated. So, yeah, with those pins there, I can't see anything moving. I don't know if that's factory or not. Do got a hydraulic leak right here too, which is pretty much everywhere on this tractor has a leak. Yes, I'm rolling around on the creeper. So yeah, just these bolts right here came loose. These guys right here on the transmission. Hey, just a tag on the transmission right there. There you go. And other than that, everything else looks pretty good. I've never seen those bolts there before on the hub, so I'm not sure what that's. I guess that's what locks it on. That's kind of different than any one I've seen yet. So, yes, I'm going to check the oil and everything while I'm at it under here. I'm just looking for cracks. Those bolts there look like they're tight, but I am going to check them. So, hope this whole video is not crooked or sideways, because I don't know which way I was holding my camera when I started it. Okay, so you can see how worn out this bolt is. This is the one that actually just fell out. I'll be replacing it with a new 3/8 1 inch. And I'm going to hope it's not stripped into the tranny. Might have to jack it down, I don't know, to get this in here. Yeah, no, oh, that's the old one there. Dropped the wrong one. This one here has a tapered tip a little bit better than the original. Oh no, it feels like it's going to be fine. Or is it going cross thread? Okay, I'll have to probably jack it down. So, That's the thing. Once it's in the air, there's no play in the transmission because it pushes up on this plate here. And even when I release that, there's still tension on it. So there's really no way I can see actually bolting that tranny down where it's in the neutral position. So I guess I'll have to just jack it right down, or maybe put some pressure on this jack right now. Oh yeah, I seen it moved it. Oh, there we go. Put a little bit more pressure on it. There, now it's off the jack, stands in the nut just... Oh, okay. Well, whatever that bolts into on the other side... Actually, that's not even into the tranny. That one is that not the one that fell out, maybe? I guess has a nut on the other end that fell out. See, can you guys see it? Yeah. Okay, it's just missing a nut. Okay, so I'll have to get a nut for that. Put that on. And I guess the ones that fell out weren't the ones on the tranny then. I guess they were just all loose. I'll have to crank them tight and find out. Okay, so basically all those tightened up perfectly fine. I had to put a couple nuts on the back. On this side they all tighten up fine, but one of the main ones right here that holds the transmission, which is out of focus. So that one there, I'll have to pull the stud out of it. It broke very easy, so it's probably worn through from you know, banging around being loose. So I'll have to pop off this tire rim, drill it out, pull out the stud, put in a new bolt. But that, I think I might leave that for now because the other ones are tight, so I'll probably deal with that another day. For now, I got to tighten up the top mounts for the tranny. So top bolts here, I got to check all of them, make sure they're all nice and tight. And I see I'm missing a few down there. So those are actually just the gas tank mounts, bolts it looks like. But this whole seat, you can see how loose the whole seat is. So I don't want to be driving and have that whole seat come off, because that would kind of suck the land behind the tractor and have it keep on going into something. So guess I'll start by pulling the tank, and I do have plans to change it to another tank. Oh, and if you're wondering the flashlight, I'm using my through night headlamp. I think it's a TC10, I believe it was, TH10 headlamp. Very great light, works great for doing stuff like this. So it takes 118/650, so awesome light. Very, very awesome light for doing this kind of stuff. So they sent me that one for review. There's another video on my page about that. But yeah, I guess I'll start by pulling off the gas tank, and I'll probably be seeing if I can switch it over to the new style. Not too sure if it's the same size or not, but I'll find out in a few minutes. And yeah, these four right here were loose. These two were like really loose, like 2 turns on each one. So those are all tightened back up. Guess I'll start by pulling the seat off enough that I can tighten it up. And I was looking at the other gas tank. I don't think it's going to fit without changing the fenders. The other one just seems to be a bit wider, the tank, so that might end up waiting until another day. But for now, I'm going to tighten up the seat. As for an update on the Zilla engine, or not Zilla engine, that's the Zilla engine. This is Banshee engine. Yeah, I'm still waiting on parts. Probably won't be until the end of next month before I get them. I am looking into getting a new set of crankcases also, just because this one has, it looks like a factory defect on the bottom. I'll have to show it to you guys once I pull out the transmission in another video. But yeah, that's the way it's sitting pretty much. I am going to box everything up and try not to lose anything, but I do got a parts engine in case I do. But yeah, that's probably going to be about a month or two before you see any more videos. Yep. I can say that seat was officially loose and ready to fall off. Look at that, eh? So were these. I just tightened up the tank mounts, and the guy's using, looks like a neoprene fuel line on this thing, so yeah, that has to go. I'm going to be switching that out. I believe this 1/4 inch, I got a row of 1/4 inch proper fuel line, so I'll be swapping that out. But I'm actually running out of time because my dad just texted me and said he's coming back real soon. And you can see the seat actually has been hitting the tank here, so I'll probably epoxy a piece of rubber on here if I was going to keep this tank, but I'm sure of it, the other one will fit just fine. So, okay. And there we go. Both of those guys tightened back up. I was going to pull them off and put lock nuts on them, but they kind of are. So, yeah. This gas tank actually doesn't seem to be all that rusty. I can't tell if that's a leak. I'll have to look back on the video, but no, it doesn't look like a leak. So, yeah, I actually might end up keeping this tank. It doesn't look too rusty on the inside, besides the fact that the cap is missing, but the inside there, it actually seems to be nice. Doesn't seem rusty whatsoever, so So maybe I'll just get a new gas cap for it, fuel cap, and go from there. I got to change the wiring on it. It's brittle. It had a couple cracks in a few different places. But yeah, at least now everything's tight on the rear end. I'll bolt back on that cover for now, and I'll worry about the gas tank another time. Okay, so I decided I'm not going to put back on a 3-point hitch. Seat's tight now, that's good. Let's get her down off these jack stands. Help if I add in neutral. I was spinning it before, so there we go. Yeah, that hydraulic system, it seems like after it sits for a while that it doesn't want to run proper or work proper. It's only the first time it starts up that it has problems with the hydraulic system. See, like right here. See? Nothing. Ooh, that's a little bit tippy there. But whatever. Help if I bring this down. There we go. Shut her down. Yeah, so it needs some work on the hydraulics, as you see in there. It's only when it first starts up, it takes a while to bleed the air out of it. I think it actually might be in the control valves itself here, so hard to say. Go all the way down. Well, I don't know, I think that's all I'm going to do on it for today. Rear end's now nice and tight. I know you can't really see it because with the chains and everything, but the rear end's tight. This bar here is still kind of loose. Well, the whole tractor's moving in this case, so it's kind of hard to show you, but yeah, I think that's where I'm going to leave this for today, and I'm going to start cleaning off my workbench. Okay, thing hasn't moved in a little bit. Lock almost frozen. Door well frozen. It's only minus 25 outside, so it's not too bad. See how she starts. Oh, not bad, eh? Lights dimmed out a bit. Let that thing run for a good 30 minutes or so. Just a wee bit cold, so going to leave the tractor outside overnight. It's meant to be come morning, it's meant to be minus 30 in the morning, so I'll do a cold start on the tractor in the morning if it starts. I'm kind of just interested to know if it will start or not. And right there is where I'm going to park the tractor. Well, I think I'm going to get off my ass and actually clean my workbench. I got to organize the Banshee parts. Still pull the transmission out of the cases, would take a few minutes. And yeah, and I got someone messaging me. And yeah, I just got to clean off my workbench. And after that, I'll start pulling apart the Banshee engine. And maybe I'll make a separate video showing the parts that are going to be ordered for her. And old man's just sitting there.
The old man's going to be putting up that TV rack in a few
Yeah, we're going to be putting up that TV wall mount and
put the TV on it.
Yeah, we're finally getting around to it. I've only been sitting here for about a
month.
Yeah, I needed to borrow the box to ship some stuff, so but you're watching the Stuffs videos. Yep. Yeah, so I don't know, I might get lazy. I think Darren Sharon's on his way over, and if that's the case, probably just start drinking and probably nothing will get done. Only one way to find out. Finally got off my ass and got the TV wall mount up, hey? Finally got off my ass to mount the TV wall mount. Look at that. It only been sitting there for what, a month and a half?
I think we should wipe the window. Oh, that's fun.
Wipe the window. That's not, the old man thought that dirt on the windshield was on the TV. Oh, that's going on Facebook the way it is. Just for you.
Pug. I blame you, Pug. Hear that, buddy? You gotta watch your windows, you son of a bitch.